Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I know you're like, girl, ain't you supposed to be in Richmond? I am. I actually am in Richmond. That's not a lie. I shan't tell a lie. But what I wanted to do is today is the day we gavel in. If you all have paid attention or seen what I posted in the last 24 hours, I'll be in Richmond here just for a little bit, and then I'm peacing out Girl Scout or Boy Scout because of the water situation here. So just if you don't know, we have a situation where the water is not drinkable here. They're working on it. Lots of stuff going on in Richmond, but we can't use our government buildings without, toilets and places to wash our hands and a fire system that works. So what's going to happen, in just a couple hours, I'm going to take my tail down to the Capitol. We're going to do some procedural things like make sure everybody gets their pay, make sure that our dates are all gelled up in the line, and then I'm going to head back to Norfolk until probably Sunday or Monday, and then Monday we'll gavel in and get to work. But on the day that we start session, y'all, usually right now I'm in the Capitol trying to figure out which bills I'm going to file. So today, what I want to do with y'all is I'm going to actually press the button to file my bills right now. And y'all going to do it with me, which is stressful. It really is a press of a button, but it is so stressful because it's like commitment. Like I'm about to get married to a couple bills. Do you know how difficult it was to marry my own husband, let alone some bills? Ooh. Okay, so good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm so excited. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna share my screen with you all. So what happens is since June or July, I've been gathering information, trying to decide what I'm gonna do, and we have this system where we get to put our ideas in, and they'll make it until there's the lawyers that make it and put it into the legalese so we can understand the legal, it'll fit into the Virginia code. And so I've already done that for several bills. I'm just going through right now, and I'm going to talk through those because I got to do it. My deadline is 10 o'clock. And y'all, if you're watching this on a replay right now, it is 9:21. So I've got to get through these bills, get them filed so that I'll actually be able to present them. Y'all ready? Let's go. I'm under the gun. I'm playing too much. Okay. So this is our e-filing system. I told y'all I get to draft as many bills as I want. So if you can see on the screen that I've drafted 54 bills. And then right before it's time to what's the thing called? It's time to file. We have up to 5 more bills that we can introduce that may not have been on our list, if that makes any sense, right? So if it wasn't on my list of things that I filed early, I can go ahead and only five, but I have a 15 bill limit because we're on a short year. Ooh, come on, DC next Friday, March Women on Watch. I'm ready for it. You better take pictures, tell me how it went. All right, so I'm gonna roll through and look for some of the bills that I'm filing. I'm gonna start with the creative economy bill. Now this one's super important because y'all, we're definitely trying to get more people involved in understanding that creativity is the economic driver. So Control F, we're gonna put this bill in, and what it's gonna do is allow the area that the folks down in our area that focus on business to put creativity as a sector by which they focus on business. So it's a Go Virginia. It's called Go Virginia. If you have never heard of Go Virginia, it's called Growth and Opportunity Virginia. You should know about it. So y'all, here it goes. Oh my goodness. I'm about to do it. Go Virginia grant right here. So I'm pointing on it. Y'all, I'm actually stressed out. All right. This says send to e-file. Once I hit this button, it goes on my list and it's automatically going to update. And I'm going to show y'all where it is. Go Virginia. So we're altering the requirement for the grant funding to add not only the creative economy, but the care economy, because if we want people to get back to work, you got to be able to have care, child care, elder care, all the in-between care, so they can consider those things when they're divvying out money. Here we go. And it says, are you sure? Are you sure you're sure? And I'm like, yes, submit for introduction. I'm doing it. It's submitted to the desk. Done, son. Nothing I can do about that. It's gone, y'all. It's submitted. Okay, the next bill that I will do, and I'm looking, the next bill that I'm going to go ahead and file is the technology for child labor. Look, now I know y'all don't see them YouTube accounts where the parent is like got the kids working and that the kids be working like actual employees on the social media. We're just saying that if you're making money off that, then you need to put some money aside for that child that's probably bringing in the dollars for you. So this is called technology, child labor, child engagement in work of content creation, trust account. Put account aside for that baby, right? If you're going to work them, because they ain't got no choice. Who want to get a whooping? I don't want to get a whooping. I'm going to do that content. Unless that borderline, we done seen it. So I'm going to hit send on this bill. Oh, submit for introduction. Doing it. Done. Okay. Less stress. The more we do this, less stress. Okay. And it's telling me I waive confidentiality because my bills are confidential until I decide to share them with other people. Until I decide that I'm going to share with other folks, the bill remains confidential. So the next bill that I have, y'all, is one about another creative economy. So I don't know if y'all remember this, but Drake got sued by Tupac's estate because Drake sat up there and used Tupac's voice without permission. Okay. And his estate was like, hold up, wait. That's our boy's voice and it's licensed to us. So right now we don't really have good protections on voice as intellectual property. With the advent of AI, it's going to be even more important. So all we're saying is that you got to pay up and you got to respect that that's somebody else's property. And then we're going to also add something to this bill that wasn't there to protect post-mortem. So once somebody dies, that still their estate has rights to that voice. So you ready? I'm making sure I'm doing the right one. I'm breathing. Okay, that's it. Okay, so digital replication. Hold on, here it goes. Technology Digital Replication Act. Coming on over here. We're doing great. Oh, we're doing great. Somebody said you're doing great. I'm trying. Okay, let me make sure this is the right one. I should have, somebody should be supervising me right now. I'm just telling you because I know what I'm doing, but geez Louise, I need backup. All right, so Digital Replication Act. We're going to go ahead and submit for introduction, y'all. It's doing it. We're doing it. I hope that was the right bill. Just kidding. I know it is. Okay, the next one is the Division for Consumer AI Scams. Look, I get a lot of feedback on people being scammed out of their money, and I watch a lot of news stories where I'm like, what in the world? Hold on, let me see. Control F. I gotta find it. Scam. Okay, yeah. So what we're doing is we're expanding. We're trying to in a VA Bay Life. I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about that. Why VA is the house. Why it is that there are states issues that have to do with intellectual property and intellectual and content. So I'll talk about that. Okay, so what we're doing right now is for this one, the Digital Division of Consumer Services, is that we're trying to create a statewide alert system when there is a scam that is prevalent, like everybody, like it's enough to be on the news and that it's widespread, that we are going to have an alert system for those said scams that goes right here, same way that we have an Amber Alert, just to get people in the know so we can stop having people getting scammed out of their life savings. Let's do it. That's an easy. Let's go ahead and do it. Ooh, it's done. I one. But VA Bay Life, we are working with the Recording Academy, SAG, the motion picture industry, and folks at the federal level to get some protections at the federal level. But it's within our rights as a state to establish some restrictions. So we're going to go ahead and put them in there, right? Like, so the houses, we're going to go ahead and, with the help of some of our people that are working at the federal level, they move very differently than we do. So I'm really excited about just like getting some protections there, especially around voice. Okay, we're doing this, y'all. We're doing it. Next bill that I'm going to do is, hold on, let's make sure. That's going to be a whole new draft. I'm making sure, because I'm making sure that I'm doing the right one so that I know that they're ready. I don't think I'm doing a whole new draft. Amendments in committee. All right, so I'm going to do next the law enforcement bill that I have. If I can find it. Leo, it should say Leo. Y'all can see. Leo. Okay, so this one's ready to file. So we put this one in back in July. I'm going to steal this from you, if that's okay. We'll put this one back in July. So this bill is going to set some ground rules for the use of emerging technologies with law enforcement. I don't know if y'all been seeing it, like a lot of different technologies are coming about, and that could be a really good thing for for solving crime, right? Or we talk about creating crime-averse communities, but it also can be misused. And so we're just asking those folks that help set those standards to put some guardrails around requiring, we call them DCJS, the Department of Criminal Justice Services, to create these model policies for conduct and use of, specifically in interrogations, when they're using AI or machine learning materials or any surveillance technology. So we're making sure they get an approved list. On top of that, furthermore, an approved list of forensic equipment. Here's what happens is right now, technology is so great where you got departments that are literally kind of open up their own little crime labs or forensic labs. And there's a level of education and certification and understanding that goes with that. We don't want the science to be compromised in solving crime, period. Like, we can't do that. People have to trust the science. So we're looking at that and requiring certain accreditation for forensics and engage with certain forensic science activities. We are also putting in this bill, I still believe in this, the prohibition of the right to lie to minors in interrogations. So we're doing some things here that is like really important with technologically advancing, problem solving, crime solving, because we want to fund justice, but we also want to build trust. So this bill is, it's gone. Bye. Okay, done. Okay, so there's that. Okay, the next bill that I'm gonna do is I say bye. Say bye to that bill. We will do let's do the teacher compact. So I've got two compacts that we'll roll right through, which I'm really excited about these two compacts. Let me just make sure I'm finding it. Compact. All right, so this bill that I'm about to file right now is a compact for teachers, which essentially means that, where am I at? I know what it means. I'm just scared I'm going to say the wrong thing. So it just enters Virginia into this interstate compact that allows teachers in states that are members of the compact. It's like an agreement to start teaching almost immediately when they move to Virginia. That's fair. That's right. So we're going to go here and we're going to go ahead and send that one. Send easy. I'm doing that same thing for massage therapy. I brought that one forth last year, and it was so interesting how it kind of got tied up in and everything. So we're going to go ahead and send the massage therapy compact, meaning anybody that's in massage therapy, if they come to Virginia, they're a member of the state that's in the compact, and it's a whole convening. Like these states all come together and decide what rules they want for the compact. They still have to certify in that particular states by that particular state standards. And I keep forgetting whether it's within 3 or 5 years, they still have to do that. So it's not like they didn't come here and teach forever or be a therapist forever. That's not the case. They still have to update, but it allows them to come, get to work. We understand it's cool when they get to it. Do they keep their time in service when it comes to retirement? I'm not sure that that would be a school division question. I genuinely don't know. But I'm going to submit that one for drafting. Y'all, we are doing it. We are doing it. Let me make sure there's no questions on Facebook. Good morning, Jalen. All right. So what else we got? Let's take a look. So we've done the teacher compact. We've done the massage. Ooh, let's go to the benefits cliff. This is one of my favorites. Honestly, this is childcare. We're gonna go to benefits cliff. We got some. Hold up. I'm looking for it. Okay, there it is down here. Okay, so we had to get this one resubmitted. Sometimes you'll see like we started working on it and then we had to get it resubmitted. Okay, so this particular bill, it is called with the Board of Education Child Care Subsidy Program Eligibility Phase Reduction Model Process. What we're saying is that like something as simple as minimum wage going up 41 cents in January, because that did happen, will automatically sometimes snatch someone's benefit that's helping them continue to thrive. It'll snatch it from them, and then they don't take that benefit. They don't take it because what do you say? They don't take the benefit because they end up poorer. They don't take the raise or they don't take the new job because they end up poor. So what we're saying is that we're going to gradually take people off benefits rather than forcing them into involuntary impoverishment. So that's what we're doing here is that we're starting with the child care subsidy and saying that, yep, when they make a penny over, then we're going to take a penny or two away from their subsidy amount. And then when they make 50 over, then we're asking them to build that program out so that we can get people off government assistance that want to get off, that want to thrive, instead of putting them in a position where it's untenable. They lose a healthcare benefit, they lose a housing benefit, they lose a child care benefit before they can even really hold on to that new found economic progress. So submit. That's happening. I'm going to check for questions. Hey, Brian, good to see you here with us. Okay, like glad to have you here. Water captain, no joke. Let's get it. So we are filing bills. If you all just joined us, I have until 10 o'clock, which means I got about 20 minutes to get all of the bills that I want filed before session starts. We did the child care. Let's go so that's what I'm doing. I'm rolling through my bills. Next, we have a foster care bill. So what happens? This bill is about foster care prohibition of military benefits. So this bill is going to protect military survivor benefits from being taken by the Department of Social Service to ensure that children that are in foster care and their guardians or advocates are notified that the state has actually filed for benefits on their behalf, and then make sure that there's a trust for them at least at the age of 13 that starts putting money aside for them when they get ready to become independent. It's wild. I didn't think, that does not happen for the vast majority of people in foster care, but a death benefit, like this is for that child to be set up for their lives and things like that. So we're saying, look, you got to notify people when you're filing benefits, number one, period. If you're filing for SSI and their foster care, then their guardian or somebody needs to be notified that you filed for that, number one. Number two, we should make sure that we're providing them the opportunity to have some sustainability post their life in foster care, because that can be hard. We are filing that bill. And we are starting with military benefits because we're not playing. It's done. It happened. It's done. All right. So now let's see what we got here. I get the notification. Ooh, Digital Right to Repair Act. Okay. Right to repair is super important. I don't know about y'all, but at one point you couldn't even get your cell phone. Actually for some companies still, you can't even get your cell phone screen fixed without compromising your warranty. We're at a point where certain things are fixable. Like you can fix it yourself. It's not even a game. And then furthermore, if we look at the other side of Virginia with farmers that have, John Deere is notorious for this, is that they will shut down the technology on the tractor unless, or the equipment, unless unless the farmer goes to specifically sends it off to John Deere. And even if it's a little thing, like I can't remember, one guy was like, all I have to do is purchase this part for this much, for like $300, and I can go ahead and replace it. But they've locked up the computer so much so that I have to send it to them, spend hundreds of dollars, and then get it back and put it. It just makes no sense. It is a model that we've gone to where big companies want you to lease everything. Even let's think about HP, right? HP, the printers, they have people's printers, and y'all can Google this. Their printers are locked up. They can't even use their printers because they don't use HP brand ink. You got to lease everything. And I agree with you, Kristen, that it is an exploitative business market model. So we're going to go ahead and found that for those independent car dealerships that's just trying to fix that one thing real bad, and they lock up the equipment and lock up the technology from afar just to make sure you can't do the repair. We're saying that you have the right to repair, right? You do. You have the right to repair. Oh my God, that literally just happened to you yesterday. That's real. We lease everything now. Everything is a leasing model. That's the way. That's where we're going. Yeah. I just submitted that. Right to repair. You'll fight for our rights. No joke. Okay, let me make sure that I did all the ones. We've got the compact. I did massage compact. I did the teacher compact. I did the benefits cliff. I did foster care notification, the right to repair. I did the law enforcement. I did the Go Virginia. I did the technology labor. I did the consumer protections. I did the Elvis Act. The last one is, y'all gonna hate or love me for this one, and then we're gonna go from there. So if you're in Hampton Roads, then you know that HRT. Okay, so if you're in Hampton Roads, then you know that we are having a large amount of work done for in the tunnel, right? The tunnel is getting like it's gonna be great, right? Like I think what's gonna happen is gonna be great. What happens is we oftentimes fix our primary roads, our primary highways and byways. And then it's when you try to get off of those highways and byways, it is crap la cucaracha. Okay. So what we're doing with this bill, and I'm going to already say off top that this bill has a 0.3 of a penny tax increase in it. And I get it. I don't want to pay no more taxes, but I understand what we're trying to do here because I hear the complaints. What I've done here is try to revolutionize the way that transportation and resiliency projects are financed. We have so many roads that freaking flood off rain, y'all, off precipitation. And so we know that a lot of our projects are managed by what's called the Hampton Roads Transit, I'm blanking, Accountability Commission. I think, TPO, doesn't matter. There's some folks that have done exactly what they needed to do to make sure that manage that money so wisely to get us where we are with the tunnels. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create 2 new programs. We're trying to create 2 new programs that funds that are focused on improving the highway corridors, but also in prioritizing those roads that flood so much, right? The floods that we should tie the transportation and resiliency together. And so that's what we're doing. It is, like I said, it's going to be we're going to ask for 3/10 of a penny. And I've asked them for what that could look like for each. And you'll hear me talk about it because I know how it is to talk about taxes. But I want you to be able to get to where you're trying to go. And if we need I think it was $88 $88 a year per household, or 44. Don't let me be fibbing, because now that I've filed all my bills, now it's time for me to make sure I have all of everything concise and together and ready to go. And I'm excited. Y'all, we did it. We did it. I'm excited. I'm grateful. Let me remove this. I'm grateful. I'm excited. But I love being on transportation. I love working with transportation because it's so bipartisan. Like all of us, we all trying to get where we're trying to go, when we're trying to go, and how we're trying to go there. I think that is like so refreshing. I've talked to my colleagues on the other side that they're not like they're 1,000% like, yeah, we got to do something. They're not necessarily a whole 1,000% bought in on the 3/10 of a penny. But 3/10 of a penny, they're not. Yeah. So there's some work to do. There's some massaging. I think it's the right thing to do. I think we need to tell people that like infrastructure is important. Us being able to, we've created a vehicle dependent society. And furthermore, as we talk about making better secondary roads, we got to talk about the transit, that the public transportation that rides on those secondary roads. So I'm excited about that. Look, VA Bay Life said no need to improve stormwater infrastructure too, with the rising, a need to improve stormwater drainage too, with the rising seawater levels and the drainage to the Bay Rivers. The stormwater often has nowhere to go. He is spot on, y'all. Sometimes the water ain't got nowhere to go. So it's just going to sit right there on your street. It's going to sit right there in the midst of only, and I'll just get, and person saying like, that's real, man. It's gonna sit there. So there's some work both at the state and the local level. So that's a conversation that we gotta have with the local level. Like, okay, how do we get those investments? Because what ends up happening is the federal government gets the pot, they send the pot down to the state disseminates, and the localities determine like how they're going to use it for specific projects and things like that. So we've got to do it. There is, okay, so Kristen said, I'm a little shocked that there isn't money already set aside for road improvement. There is money set aside. We have 7/10 of a penny, which helped us get the tunnel and things like that. But then there's also, like I said, the idea of being able to get the roads that are adjacent to the roads the secondary roads that are lead off the highways. And I don't want to say this out loud, but the way we wrote the bill, it's going to help a lot of the way working with the people. They're like, the way we wrote the bill is going to help a lot of roads. It's going to help it. Like it's, and I'm excited about it, but we need dedicated funding. What I'm really proud of about being a part of HR Tech, the commission that deals with these sort of things, is that they've managed to leverage funding to keep costs down, because they are really good they have been great stewards with the money of people in Hampton Roads. Phenomenal. What we're asking for is the same thing that they have in Northern Virginia. It's the same kind of funding that they have in Central Virginia. We deserve it. We deserve to make those steps. So I'm really excited about that. Yep. And only one, Misha says it sits on Berkeley Avenue extension in Norfolk. I know. Yeah, for sure. So that's it, y'all. That's like behind the scenes. I just filed the majority of my bills. What you do see there are some bills that I have not filed, because when we got them back, when we got some of the bills back, they weren't written the way we want to, and we're going to file whole new drafts on some of them. So that's what that is. But once I file the other, I think it's maybe 5 or so. Yeah, it'll be 3 or 4 other bills that I've got to make sure that I got right. Then I'll go from there. But I got to use this next 10 minutes to get with my legislative folks to make sure I did the right thing so I didn't muck it up. But I thank you all for this time. How much money would be saved on government vehicles to include school budgets through the investment of roads? It seems like a trade-off. Yeah, we're trying. There's some trading, and I definitely will make sure we spend time over the next couple weeks really making sure you understand what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it. Thank you all for being a part of the process. I am so grateful to you, and I'll actually see you tomorrow morning because I'm going to be doing the morning dew live. Okay. Smooches, gratitude. I'm Jackie Glass, Mama, Navy vet, certified doer, laced up legislator for House Bill 99 District, honored to serve. Catch you tomorrow or on the flip side. See ya.